Good evening, it's Lisa with Lisa Heal Yourself. I've already had my shower, I'm in my pajamas, no makeup. So excuse me, I know it's late, but I thought I would make this video because I do want to make videos more often in the new year and I don't want to let the first real day go by without a video. So happy new year, welcome to 2022. I want to say that this year we need to focus on living. So the reason I say that is because if you are sick with chronic illness, you no doubt have already been putting your life on hold. I tell you this because this is a lesson I learned from chronic illness, is that when you're chronically ill, you wait, you isolate, you hide, you feel guilty, you feel shame, you feel left out, you feel like you can't work, you can't make friends, you can't do anything. You need to wait until you're healed. You need to wait until you're better. You need to wait. You need to, everything's a wait, right? I can't go back to work. I can't run. I can't walk. I can't join that group. I can't make friends. There's a lot of I can't because I'm sick. And I can only do that when I get better. And one of the things I learned through this whole journey of chronic illness is that only when you stop waiting and you start living again, do you really start to improve more rapidly. So I know it seems counterintuitive. You're like, well, I'm waiting. I can't do that until I'm healed. But you actually need to do it. And when you do it, you start to become healed. And it's just such a weird thing. We're gonna do some more videos so that you guys understand exactly how that process works. But for today's video, stepping into 2022, and COVID has been going on for 2 years, okay? What I predict is with this Omicron, now I'm gonna say a disclaimer here because I don't want this to get censored. This is my opinion. This could be classified misinformation. This isn't meant to direct you in any way. I'm just going to put all my disclaimers here. I'm going to talk about this. Disclaimer. Check the COVID stuff and listen to your doctor. Okay, this is what you have to say. Okay, so my take on this, or my prediction, is that heading into this year, Omicron is going to run rampant, as it already is. And there's going to be little way for us to hide from this, okay? We're going to catch it. And what you need to do is have your arsenal prepared, meaning your sleep's on point, you're drinking a lot of water, you're getting enough sunshine, your food is on point, your immune system's working well, you have all the healthy vitamins, minerals, nutrients that you normally use to fight viruses. And I have a lot of that on my channel, so go look up, everything to do to protect yourself against a virus. Okay, so we're gonna increase our vitamin D, increase our vitamin C, zinc, right? There's a lot of things that we're gonna do that we can take, prepare our bodies. I would, and the way I'm gonna handle it, now again, this isn't telling you what to do, this is what I'm gonna do. I am going to basically try to continue to isolate and hide out and protect myself and my family from getting Omicron for the next 2 months, so January and February, which I feel is going to be the worst months where it's just going to run rampant, okay? You may catch it when you're out. If you want to increase your masking or wear the more protective masks, the N95 masks, these types of things, keep your immune system. It's most important to keep yourself healthy. Washing your hands a lot, common sense, don't put your hands in your mouth, all of the things that we would normally do during cold and flu season, right, to stay healthy. I say this because if you have chronic illness or you have pre-existing conditions, you don't want to go out and catch this, okay? January and February, I believe, are going to be particularly bad months where it's just like spreading, okay? So if you can protect yourself during these months, I would do that. Beginning March 15th, and I really believe as we head into the spring, most people are going to have gotten it, and we're sort of going to be reaching the end of the pandemic, in my opinion, meaning we're at herd immunity. Most people have gotten it. The strains are gone. Again, I'm still avoiding the V word. I'm not getting that. It's my own personal choice. I'm not advising you what to do or not. So that being said, I believe when we get to spring, my prediction is that this is sort of going to be melting away, and it's just going to be something that we live with. It's going to turn into another virus, another strain that we continue to live with, like we do with all common colds and flus and SARS. So this is, again, my opinion. I hope this video doesn't get censored because I really don't want to start off the new year with a censor. So again, my opinion, go check your own stuff, whatever. But then I really believe in that meantime, you need to start living your life. We need to start living again, communicating, hugging, loving, laughing, meeting up. Okay, if it's within the legal realm, if it's allowed, if it's safe, if you feel safe, whatever your comfort level is, we need to get out there and start living. Much with chronic illness, much with the way chronic illness is handled, and we are always in this waiting pattern. I'm waiting to live my life until I'm better. I'm waiting to have a friend. I'm waiting to find the love of my life. I'm waiting to have kids. I'm waiting to get a job. I'm waiting to do all these things because I'm not well enough yet. I'm not well enough yet. And legitimately, sometimes we aren't, and we do have to continue. But you have to continue moving forward. You have to continue to live. You have to continue to try to live a life worth living. I'm afraid that we're all getting into a pattern of complacency, of thinking, well, this isolation is just how it is. And that's very familiar to those of us who live with chronic illness, right? But that's not the way life is lived. It's like you have to hug. That's how the good bacteria gets passed back and forth, right? That's how it happens. We're part of each other's ecosystems. We have to hug. We have to be close. We have to bond. The babies bond with the moms. This is all biological. We have to bond. We have to hug. We have to kiss. We have to laugh. We have to socialize. We need to move forward with our jobs and our goals and our aspirations. It's so important that we have dreams and goals and that we live them. Take it from someone who has lived with chronic illness for a decade, right? You can get complacent. You can isolate to the point that you don't have goals, that you feel depressed, your energy's low, your mood's low. You're living in these low vibrational frequencies like grief, anger, frustration, sadness, depression, loneliness, hopelessness, helplessness. This is the way society is going if we're all going to be cooped up to live an isolated, lonely life. It breeds loneliness, it breeds helplessness and hopelessness and depression and isolation. And that's not how we were created to live. So we cannot get on board with the new normal, that this is the new normal. Masks and isolation, and yes, we want to be sensible. Yes, we want to wait until this kind of wave passes, but in the spring, when things settle down, when the normal cold and flu season passes, when the sun comes back out, when we can get outside and socialize and be outside and interact, we must embrace life again. We must not adapt to the new normal. We must say no, absolutely no, because the lessons that you learn in chronic illness is like you're saying yes to a life of chronic illness. And you live with chronic illness for as long as you say yes to that life. And when you begin to say no to it, when you say no, when you get up anyway, even though you're sick, when you go outside and when you start to exercise and when you start to eat better and you start to live your life and you start to see people again and you start to get a job, and when you say no to chronic illness, you begin to heal. You begin to feel human again. You begin to feel healthy again. This is what we all crave. And so what's happening in society right now is that we're sort of beginning to have the same mindset that I find with chronic illness. Like, oh, we're afraid of everything. We begin to get afraid. We isolate. We're lonely. It's helpless. It's hopeless. It's depressing. sad. We give up on ourselves. We give up on our dreams, our aspirations, our goals. We wait. We go, well, we'll have to wait. We have to wait to do that. We have to wait to do this. Everything's a wait. And that's not life. So we must say no to the new normal. We must get on with it in whatever little ways we can get on with it. What is your purpose? What are your goals? What are your dreams? Even if you're not out there in January and February, even if you are being careful, we must find a way to get on with it. How can you get close to some people in your life? Start to widen your circle just a little bit of the people that you love and bring you love and comfort and your family, right? These support networks. How can we start to find joy and start to live again? Take it from me. We are resilient. Humans are resilient. Your body is resilient. I was faced with over 200 symptoms, life-threatening diseases and illnesses of the worst kind. Our bodies, our cells, our very organisms that make us human in our body are resilient. The human body is so resilient. Our spirit, all those years when I couldn't even imagine living, I mean, it was so soul crushing, but our souls are resilient. Our spirit is resilient. Our heart breaks and we get up again and we love again. We are resilient. We have crushing griefs and we try again. We have massive failures and we get back up again and we climb those mountains. We are resilient. We're resilient as a person. We're resilient as a cellular being. We're resilient as far back as our evolutionary history takes us, and we're resilient as an entire species. We are so resilient. This is not the end of us. We do not need to coop up forever and let go of all our aspirations and dreams and goals and give up. That is not the life that humans were meant to live. So yes, this winter, be careful because this wave is coming. Everyone's going to get it. And you need to build your immune health. That is the best way. Get your sleep, get on point, drink your water, have your immune system strong, be eating the healthy foods, be strong so that you can fight it. But if you're in an immune compromised position, as those of us are who have chronic illness, then protect yourself a little more this winter. Wear the N95 masks, stay at home, wash your hands a lot, don't go out. Use those rules, but still get on with life. And as soon as the sun comes around, as soon as spring comes around, we have got to jump back into life. And even before then, even when we're being safe, even when we're being cautious, we must get on with it. We must jump back in. We must show our resilience now, because you cannot keep waiting like when you're having a chronic illness, waiting until the conditions are right in order to get back into life so that you can be healed. It will never happen. You need to jump in before you're ready. So again, we want to take precautions. We want to be safe. We want to make sure it's legal. We want to do all those things. However, we need to start to get out there again. We need to focus on our dreams, our goals, get love back in our life, joy, mix, mingle, hug, kiss, do the things. Love your family, right? We need to see our families again. These are all things that are super important for us because we're social creatures. So again, this is a short New Year's message. Start off the new year knowing that you're going to say yes to life again. You must say yes to life, not only in the macro with everything going on in the world right now, but specifically with chronic illness. We must start to live before we can actually heal. I know that's counterintuitive, but it must happen that way. It does happen that way. So again, we must jump back in. We must start to live. We are resilient, trust me. And you can do this. We all can do this. Say yes to life in 2022.